good and bad. In life, you get both. You get the good and you get the bad. And learning to deal with both is part of coping and trying to push forward in life. Learning to deal with the good and the bad. In life, I try to make things as good as possible because I don't like the bad. I don't know anyone who likes bad. But, through the rain and the pain, you got to keep your sense of humor. You got to be able to smile. That's what Pac would say. Because no matter how much you try, you're going to have to deal with bad days, bad situations. Um, Teresa, hey, on the live checking. Good to see you, Teresa. Woohoo, what's up, brother? And so sometimes when I'm going through a bad day and I'm really getting frustrated with life and I want to throw in the towel, I try to figure out how can I convince my mind to be happy again and to enjoy the good things that I have. Because what I've realized is that even when I have a bad day and bad things are going on, there's still a lot of good things in my life, but my mind is so overcome by the bad thing that's hurting me, I can't focus on any of the good. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight a little bit on this live broadcast. Every night on this YouTube channel, I go live. All the people on the live check in like, Norma, good to see you. I love the drive. Good to see you. And Antonio, good to see you, brother. Every night I go live on this YouTube channel. You can subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is the word inspire, the symbol underscore number 38. And I share my life. I talk about topics and we read each comment. You guys tell me about your life. Tell me how your day was. Tell me about your day. Was it good or bad? And how do you deal with your mind when your mind focuses on the bad? Chad, good to see you, brother. Good, bad, and ugly. You ain't never lie about that, man. Good to see you, brother Chad. I'm glad you're still fighting, man. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, brother, but I'm glad to see you, man. Thank you for showing up. Antonio, love you, brother. Good to see you. Thank you, Antonio. I appreciate that. Camping Skeeter, thanks for doing these videos. Thank you, brother. Love and respect to all the campers out there, man. All the nomads. Like I say, I grew up in a suburb about 45 minutes outside New York City in New Jersey. And, Pennsylvania was there. There's country land in New Jersey, but I was never a camper. I never went camping. And then as I got into this nomad lifestyle a couple years ago, I mean, it opened my eyes to the whole camping community, RVing community. And it's good, I mean, especially for people, it's nice. It's good, but I'm still a loner. Okay. And I still enjoy to spend 99.9% of my time by myself. But I'm thankful for YouTube, for virtual relationships that I can get my fix of a support group, of support system. We all need that in some form. I know me and Chad chopped that up. You need a support system. Why do you need a support system? Because in life you deal with the bad, okay? You don't just deal with the good. But no matter what in life, when you're going through a good situation, sometimes you want to share with others. When you're going through a bad situation, now I hesitate because sometimes when things are really bad, I really don't want to share. I'm more of a person, I need to heal by myself. But what I like is the virtual connection allows me to touch on the bad without having to get entangled in a real life commitment, whether it was a church support group or any type of support group. Because what I found is, I just know myself. I know myself. I'm a loner. Uh, Teresa, great topic. Hits home with me. Yeah. The good and the bad. I mean, look, today was, I would say, a little bit of a bad day. But why was it a bad day for me? It was a little bit stressful with a couple things that I don't want to share 100%. Why? I don't know. I just don't. But overall, my day was good. How was my day good? Because you have to articulate for yourself. You don't have to share with everyone because there's some things you don't have to share. But, it's good to kind of like recap in your mind because you have to convince your mind that is life you have to convince your mind of all the good things because your mind wants to focus on the bad things. So, Sam, run down the good things so you don't get too upset. Okay, Sam, I will. That's me. One is I'm healthy. I'm not in a hospital. Let me be thankful for that. That's good. That's very good because I've been on the opposite end of that. That's good. Two is that I do have a job. I have to be thankful for that. It's a way to support myself. I have to be thankful for that. I am. Three is I have YouTube, which has grown into a side thing, but also a good connection. I'm thankful for that. Four is I'm in Florida. I always want to live in Florida. That's a great thing. Very good. I walked the beach after work today. That's another good. A lot of good things in my life. Some bad, but overall good. See, I have to recenter my mind. I have to refocus my mind. And if I get to a point in my life where there's more bad than good, I have to take an assessment as the leader of my life, as the president of my life, as the executor of my life. I have to figure out, why do I have more bad than good? Is it self-induced? And a lot of times it is self-induced. But it's very hard to control ourselves, not easy. What decisions can I make to eliminate some of the bad to get more of the good? Change isn't easy. Many times to get more good and less bad, you have to change. Change is not easy. Is the bad due to a person or is it due to yourself? I think that's key. I think if it's something due to yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. If it's something else, if it's someone else, you can't try to focus on, oh, they're the bad person. You have to focus on, well, all right, they're bad, at least in my mind, but now I have to separate myself. I can't keep harping on they're bad. I have to focus on, if I want to be good, I have to separate. In life, you're getting both. You're getting the good and the bad. Some of it you can control, some of it you can't control. On your really bad days, on your bad years maybe, you're going to have to really, you got to let go. You got to let go. You got to let go. I mean, that's a huge part of mental health. You got to let go. Because, again, we hold on to the bad. We don't tend to hold on to the good. I have a lot of good things in my life, but I tend to hold on sometimes to the bad. So I try to make it a habit of letting go of thoughts. Not easy because we always want to recoup from the bad. We never want the bad to have one up on us. We always want to win. So sometimes part of letting go is just say, look, that was a bad one. I got to take the hit and I got to move on. Letting go. Letting go allows you to focus on the good, get away from the bad. Even if it's something that happened today, a few minutes ago. Let us focus on the good. And let us acknowledge the bad. There's always going to be both in this world. Try to center your life more around the good. Now let's go live comments again. Chad, maybe not ugly, maybe beautiful. All right. Jacob, bad means work harder for the good. That's true. I mean, some things are by the grace of God. Some things definitely you got to put in work because faith without works is dead. So you need both. So that's a fair comment, and I agree with that. Milano, what's up, Milano? Sam, hey, Milano. 80 degrees down here in Florida, brother. Good to see you. Love and respect. I love to drive. I'm recovering from surgery. And then she gave like the person with the surgical mask emoji. Well, I love to drive. Prayers to you. Love to you. Let us focus on the good. The good is at least God, thank God you're out of surgery. I pray that you're able to heal. I know a couple people right now in my personal life that are facing health problems. I haven't got to visit one of them yet. I want to reach out. But let us pray for the sick. Of course, we all want money. We all want different things in life. But health is huge. I don't think we focus on it enough until it's suffering. But love to you. I love to drive. We appreciate you. And we're going to say a prayer emoji for you. Free to be me. Peace and peace to you also. I was so lost in my wife and kids. I forgot what makes me happy. Well, brother, great comment. I can't tell you how many people I've known that have went through a breakup, whether it was a divorce or whatever. And at the end of it, what most of them tell me is that I lost myself. And I've lost myself in relationships. I've lost myself in different things in life. And that's very bad. Why is it bad to lose yourself? Because if you're not happy with yourself, you're not happy with anyone else. And self-care is learning to remember yourself daily. It helps you endure the bad parts of life a little bit better. When you're on the surgery recovery phase of life, like our sister I Love to Drive is, you realize even if you have loved ones that are around, you're by yourself. A few times in my life where I've been on a hospital bed, I've been very thankful for a couple people that did reach out, but what I always realized was that I'm by myself. To a certain extent, you're by yourself, so you can't lose yourself because you're going to need yourself. Love and respect. Chad, what is harder to deal with? Question marks. Dealing with people or managing time? Chat room poll. For me, what's harder for me, dealing with people or managing time? I've gotten pretty good with managing my time. When I was younger, I would say managing my time was harder. I would say dealing with people would rank higher for me. I would think it ranks higher for a lot of people, but I'm not going to speak for everyone. And that's definitely in the nomad community, people who are introverts. What I found is most of them are trying to find jobs that don't have to do a lot with people. But I do think in technology, at least you're blessed to be in this era because you can do DoorDash, you can do Uber Eats, you can do all that via app. You never have to go. Like I was a pizza delivery boy for a few years. And what I could tell you is you still had to deal with people. I mean, you had to go into the pizzeria, you had to apply, you had to talk to people. So like, DoorDash, which is like basically a food delivery service, Uber Eats, all those different things, you can just sign up to the app and right away you start. Now you still have to deal with people. You have to pick up food and drop off food, but you don't have to deal with people. You just pretty much go back and forth through your app. The same thing with YouTube. That's why I like YouTube because I deal with people. I read each and every live comment, but to a certain extent, I'm by myself and I control the situation a little bit more. And I think if you're a sensitive person, I think if you like yourself and you love people, but you don't like to be around too many people, I think use technology as an aid for your mental health and your well-being to make your life good. Because we understand the mental struggle of life and dealing with people can make it harder. And why is it harder when you deal with people? Because people are dealing with their own issues. Everybody in life, even if they have a lot of good, they're dealing with a lot of bad in their personal life. Like your boss, you think your boss has it made. You think, a person you see higher up in the food chain, you think they have it good, and they do, but you don't really also realize they have it bad. Their kids are struggling with drugs, or they're close to a divorce, and they're making a lot of money, they're spending a lot of money. I mean, so there's plenty of people in life, or they've got it all figured out, but their health is failing. There's plenty of people in life that are everyone's dealing with bad. So why am I bringing that up? I'm saying because when you're dealing with people, you have to remember that. But at the same time, it gets to a certain point in all relationships, if it's more bad than good, you got to get out of there. Now, sometimes I fail. Sometimes I've been a little bit short with people. But also, I look at it in two different ways. I always look at it as personal and business. In my personal life, I am very quick to cut off because in my personal life, that's really my self-care time. And I need to really take good care of myself in my personal time. And I only can allow certain people in my life because I have to take care of myself, or else, you collapse. You give in to the bad. And I don't want to give in to the bad. I want to try to make my life as enjoyable as possible. Even on a bad day, I want to focus on the good. Even on a bad day, I want to focus on the good. Now, if you don't have good people in your life, that makes it that much harder. I often say, why do you want to make your life harder? I don't want to make my life harder. I want to make my life easier. I think that's a blessing. Norma, I hope you're feeling good too. I know you've been under the weather the past few days. Live and let live. Hand wave emoji, Sam, and all listening from work. Love and respect to you and your daughter. But your daughter's not with you because you're at work. Love to you, Liv. I hope you're having a good day at work. Appreciate you. Chad. Yeah, maybe I asked a bad question. Nope, you're just doing you, man. Good to have you, Chad. Don't worry about that. Norma. No, Chad. Yeah, good question. I thought so too. For me, it's people. Yeah, I think for most people, it's going to be people. Liv. Norma Rankin. Hey, love. Chad. No comparison, Norma. Norma, agreed. Chad. Different stress time and people. Just different stress time and people. Russell Cox. What's up, Russell? Hey, hand wave emoji. Good to see you, brother. Love to you. Thank you for coming back. Teresa. It's hard for me to see the good. And here's a good comment. It's hard for me to see the good when bad things are happening. That's true. I agree with that. I'll seek your advice in this area. Well, hey, I'm trying to talk myself into it. So we're on the same page. And this is what it is. I mean, what's a therapy session? A therapy session is basically you're verbally communicating your own thoughts, and the therapist allows you to hear your echo. Your echo guides you. There's a scripture that says, good advice lies deep within a heart. A person with understanding will pull it out. So, if you listen to most musicians, when they give interviews, they say basically their song is therapy. When they do a song, it's therapy. So, when you do a vlog and I have to center my mind and I have to focus intentionally on thoughts and I have to intentionally, convey a message, I'm mainly speaking to myself. A pastor's giving his message to himself. So, how do we focus on the good? We have to let go and we have to take an inventory. Do you have your health? Do you have certain resources that other people may not have? Even then, it's going to be very hard to talk yourself off the ledge, so to speak. But that's the only thing I can figure out. Got to focus on the good. Chad, people are hard to deal with. I agree. But time management is my problem. Okay. Well, it's good that you're taking it inventory. Like wanting to watch this video. Cut me off. And participate in chat, but having to get ready for work. What to do? Get ready for work, brother. I love you, and I want this to be a good place. So if it's a good place, cut me off and take care of yourself. Because you're going to be with yourself longer than you're going to be with me. I wish everyone was going to be with me forever. I wish I never had to cut off people. But I want everyone to take good care of themselves, including me. So what I tell you is do what you need to do for your life. And that should be an advice that everyone takes. Norma, I think acceptance is the key to letting go, not easy, of the bad and focusing on the good. That being said, acceptance is a hard lesson, yep, and takes practice. You ain't lie about that. For me anyway, no, for all of us, that's true. Liv, Norma, I agree. People, especially women, can be a pain in the ass to deal with. Liv don't like no girls. I'm not mad at you. Chad, I'm grateful for having a job. There you go, brother. So I'm going to get ready for that. There you go. That's wise. And listen to you in the background, brother. A very wise decision. Milano, Sammy, do not take it seriously. In and out focus in the good thing coming up. You are in good health. The rest is just, No, you're right, Milano. As always, brother. Good advice, man. Look, Milano knows what it is. Living down in his RV in Miami. You know what life's about, brother. So thank you for that. That's wisdom, Norma. Agreed, laughing. Milano, BS. Totally agree. I love to drive. Thank you, Sam, for your comments. No, we appreciate you. I love to drive. You've been a good influence on the channel, positive person. Like I say, no matter if someone's good or bad, I never like to see anyone suffering. That's just not who I am. That's not who I want to be. I mean, I may totally disagree with people, totally not like people, but I don't want to see anyone suffering. And I certainly don't want to see good people suffering. Tren, what's up, brother? Tren's in the house. He's got places in Fort Lauderdale. Let's see what he got to say, but he lives in Canada. Tren, hey, Sammy, there are no bad days in Florida. Well, damn it, brother, you convinced me. You have palm trees, waves, and then like the beach umbrella, and then a sun face. I'm going down in May. Can't wait to have you. You need a MILF on. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's not good. Laughing good. All right. Bro, I'm feeling for you. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I mean, that's what I had to say to myself this morning. Not this morning. Well, this afternoon, I said to myself, Sam, don't you even start to focus on any bad. Look at all the good that you have in your life. And I have a lot of good. But what I'm here to tell you is if you don't make a conscious effort, your mind will drift towards the bad. There's definitely times in life where you have to let your mind drift. But there's also times in life where you have to take every thought captive. Because you can miss your blessing that's right in front of you. You can forget all the good that you have in your life because there's one bad. Now, here's like another interesting question that sometimes I ask myself. No matter how you position your life, there's always going to be some bad. There's always going to be the thorn in the side. There was a scripture that says, even though I've had such great revelation, I still have a thorn in my side. It's given to me so that I don't become too prideful and that I still understand the need for the grace of God. So you often hear like people say, oh, this person's a thorn in my side. So that's a biblical reference when someone in the scriptures was writing that there's something in their life that's like a thorn in the side. And even though they've been given great revelation, there's still something that humbles them. And the reason for that thorn is to keep you depending on the grace of God. And I believe in that, but I do believe that you can position your life better. But I believe life constantly changes, so better is going to change. But you don't want to wish away your days. You don't want to look over all the good to focus on the one bad or the few bad. So make a mental note of that. Good comment, Trent. Can't wait to have you, brother. Still a lot of Canadians down here, man. And a lot of yoga pants. Sean, look up streamlabs.com. Set it up. People can donate. The donation will read out the screen video. Jacob. Hey, Sam. How's the night and what's the subject matter? Just talking about the good and the bad. How are you, brother? I just got out of work an hour ago. Well, that's good. Let's focus on that. Good. You got through the day, brother. Sometimes that's the hardest part. Russell, do you ever get lonely living by yourself? There's moments of loneliness, but as I've evaluated that in my life, because I've evaluated that, is loneliness worth it? Then I took an inventory of all the relationships I've been in, and some good relationships, some healthy, equally yoked relationships. But then I realized even in those, sometimes I felt alone. And even in those relationships, sometimes I wish that person would just leave me alone because I want to spend more time by myself. So what I realized in life is being single has good and bad, and being in a relationship has good and bad. So then I said to myself, Sammy, what is more good and less bad? Nothing's perfect. I said single. Now, for a while, I said, well, I'll be single, but I'll have a companion. I'll have like friends with benefits. That's a disaster. What I could tell you here as a middle-aged man, shout out to my girl Sarah, she's a middle-aged girl, I love you, is that you're better off single with no commitments. For me. Yes, you get lonely, but you can get lonely in a relationship, and you can get so, if I have a bad day, I don't want to deal with someone else. Sometimes when you have a bad day, you don't want to deal with someone else, even if they're in a good mood. Sometimes when you're in a bad mood, you don't want to deal with someone in a good mood. And if you're in a bad mood, you don't want to deal with someone in a bad mood. I want to deal with anyone. In a good mood, bad mood, I just want to masturbate. So what I could tell you is singleness is for me. Is it for everyone? No. Is it for me? Yes. Do I recommend it? For a lot of people, not for everyone. I think singleness has more benefit than con. And then he says, do you have friends in Florida? I do. One called me recently that spent time, or are you mostly by yourself? I'm mostly by myself. I have quite a few friends in Florida and I love them. I appreciate them. I struggle with that sometimes because I love them all my heart, man. But I'm just in a season of my life. I'm just so used to being by myself at this point in my life. I don't want to be around anyone. But it's like, I know it's like some people can't understand that. And I feel bad because I don't want it to be hurtful. But I know quite a few people in Florida, but I don't spend time with anyone. I'm not lying to you guys. 99.9% of the time I'm by myself. I'm good with people. I love people. Like as far as like, but I don't want to be around people. That's truth. Teresa, I like the idea of taking an inventory. Teresa, yes. Norma, sometimes when I have a really rough day, I try to come up with one good thing about it before I go to sleep. Well, Norma, I think that's wisdom. And again, Norma, I hope you continue to feel better. Again, I think when you're really struggling mentally and you're feeling a lot of the bad parts of life, because there are some, remember to try to find some good. It's going to take an effort. But it's worth it. It's worth the effort. It's your mental health. It's your well-being. Jacob, same, Norma. But if I can't find any good things, I just say I lived another day. Well, I'm not mad at that, Jacob. Live. No, Sam, I appreciate females, but honest talk, no, I'm not mad at that. I knew many girls that said, I don't have any girlfriends. Now, was that a red flag for me? It was. I'm not going to lie. I remember, like, if a girl would tell me, Sam, I don't have any girlfriends, I said, oh, here we go. And that's why I say, look, I got to be single. Let's continue to read. Many like gossip, backstabbing, and playing the comparison game. No bueno. Well, you know what I say? Donde estás el baño? Because that's all I know how to say. That and Dios te bendiga, which means God bless you, I believe. Norma, living another day is good enough for some days. Well, yeah. Sometimes, look, you wish you didn't live anymore. I understand that too. Teresa, good thoughts, good words, good deeds, as best we can. Peace emoji, world emoji, sunflower emoji, hashtag awareness, hashtag inner shift, hashtag raise your vibration. Amen. Hashtag free porn and masturbate. Good job. Free to be me. Shake your bat off. The less attachment to people, the good will come. Now, I agree, brother. Now, obviously, look, you gotta have some attachment to people. Look, but very little. That's what I'm saying. Norma, why do you think we hold on to the bad and easily forget the good? That's an interesting question. Do you think our brains are trying to protect us somehow? Let me think about that question. She says, why do you think we hold on to the bad and easily forget the good? Do you think our brains are trying to protect us somehow? Well, I don't know. I think our brains are trying to hurt us. Because why would our brains focus on the good and forget the bad? I think our brains are trying to hurt us. I think our spirit has to consciously grab hold of the brain. That's why I think you need spiritual well-being. That's why I believe in mind, body, and soul. Because I believe, like, if I didn't meditate on certain scriptures or certain spiritual principles, I think I would let my brain take me wherever it wants. You could have bad thoughts, and if you don't control those thoughts, bad things can happen. So now it's not easy to control your thoughts. It's by the grace of God, any of us. But I don't know. I think it's an interesting question. But yeah, I think that we're constantly at war with the flesh and the brain. Yeah, I think so. Teresa. Sam, 38 isn't middle age. Yes, it is. The average life here, I'm going to break it down for you, Teresa. I'm not just giving you a bunch of hot air. The average life expectancy for a male in the United States is 76 years old. Take 76 right now in your app calculator on your phone. Take 76 and divide it by 2. Someone tell me what number that is. That is exactly middle age. And what I'm here to tell you is if you take 76 and you divide it by 2, it's 38. I am, on average, as middle-aged as you get. Love and respect. Tony. Sam, sorry I'm late. Now just do your thing, man. Had practice tonight. There you go with the Saxaholics. Love that name. Are sounding sweet. Just need a few more band members and looking for a singer. Well, brother, you know me. I would love to sing for you, but I'm a politician. I'm not a singer, like my man George would say. But love to you, brother. I love the name Saxaholics, man. I think you're going to go far. Teresa, wait. But maybe 39 as well. I'll be 39 soon. So either way, I'm there. Now, for a woman, the average life expectancy is 80. So if you're 40, you're middle age. If you're over 40, you're over middle age. Love and respect. Tony. How's everyone doing tonight? The best we can, Tony. How are you? Jacob. I've only had one FWB, and it was a long distance when I was 15. Oh, and I agree, Sammy. Single equals less drama. Oh, definitely. Now, some people like drama. I can understand that. Life gets boring. But too much drama for me, like, I feel horrible for Khloe Kardashian and that whole crew that's going to, but that's the drama boat. My mom said, I was telling my mom, she was like, oh, I feel bad, that Khloe got cheated on. Kristen, I guess, was banging out Kylie's friend. But I said, yeah, that's true, Mom. But I said, but don't forget, I don't think it was by accident that she picked a professional basketball player. It's not like she was dating, like, a guy working at Starbucks. So look, when you want high drama, when you want to date the person that's doing great in life, you got to take the good with the bad, okay? So guess what? If you're dating a famous person or a professional athlete, you got to take the good with the bad. So, you dating as somebody, that's a barista at Starbucks, you may have more, good in some ways, but the bad is they're not financially independent. And, so it's good and bad. I would rather feel lonely when I'm alone than feel lonely around somebody. Ooh, it's a disaster. And it seems like when I look around at my friends, here we go, who are in relationships, they are lonelier than I am single. Well, Norma, excellent observation. I remember years back when I was still debating in my mind, is it better to be single or in a relationship? I remember sometimes I would feel lonely. And I remember sometimes I would hang around couples. And I would talk to them. And sometimes, like, when either the spouse or one of the people in the relationship would leave the room, or if they weren't there, the other one would start to tell me all their problems. And I said, oh, shit. You think, like, they got, like, oh, that's a nice relationship. Then you say to myself, damn. Then when I would leave that conversation, I say, ain't too bad being single. I don't want to deal with that. Like I think they got a good catch, and then I got to hear all the stuff like they really got to deal with. It's a total disaster. If you ever get lonely, talk to someone who's in a relationship. I guarantee you it'll cure you. It will, because you realize they're dealing with a lot of stuff. Tara, Kentucky's in the house. And we got a close person in the parking lot. Let me roll up the windows. All right, that's my privacy. I just put up my shades. Good job. Tara. Hey, love bugs. Hell of a workout. Oh, she's getting it in. At the gym, I got to get in there. I haven't been in there in 2 days. Today, before work, all Saturday and Sunday, I cannot wait to relax. Well, Tara, you working hard. You deserve it. I'm glad that you're taking care of your health. Self-care is a full-time job. And you're doing it. And you're working a full-time job. Norma Super Chat. Thank you for giving thought to what each of us say. Well, that was a good question. Thank you. And answering everyone. Best YouTube channel ever. Well, look, it's a two-way street. Thank you, Norma, for the kindness. And again, continue to feel better. And look, it's a two-way street. And I'm very thankful. I'm appreciative. And, it's a two-way street. But thank you, Norma. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that very much. Continue to feel better, Norma. And it was a good question. Made me think. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Norma. Norma, random question, Sam. But do you ever see alligators where you are? No, not really. Most of my time is spent by the coastal areas. Now, there's still alligators there, but not as many. Well, I don't want to say not as many, but you have to really kind of go into preserves or by sitting bodies of water that aren't the ocean, like lakes or ponds, which there's plentiful even by the coast. But I don't spend that much time there. I have seen a couple alligators here. I think I posted one on my Instagram at one time. It kind of started chasing me a little bit. I had to get the hell out of there. Running man emoji. Somebody give me an alligator with a running man, because that's what I did. But most of my time is by the beach. Like today, what I did a couple hours ago is I was walking on the beach. So on the beach, I'm not going to see alligator. I saw dogs jumping in the water where their owner was throwing the ball, but no alligators. You do see fish in the ocean. Some of the water's clear, especially in the hotter months. I see the fish swimming. But alligators, you have to kind of intentionally be by a body of water that's not the ocean, a stale body of water, a lake or a pond. And pretty much in front of all the lakes and ponds in Florida, you're going to see a sign that says, caution, gators possibly present, don't feed or harass them. So what I can tell you, though, in Florida, wildlife is very evident. Now, I've kind of adapted to it. But when I first started coming to Florida, you will notice immediately wildlife is everywhere. Like there's things scurrying along the ground. You walk by bushes and you hear like the scuttle. Little lizards going by your feet. Casitas or casetas, whatever they call them, chirping. And sometimes like you're going for a walk in nature and you see something run across you. It could be any type of like wildlife. And you say to yourself, isn't somebody supposed to get that thing? But what you don't realize, like in Florida, in nature, is like, it's not a zoo where there's zookeepers. It's like the wild animals are out there and you have to respect their environment and vice versa. So like, again, I grew up in a suburb, about 45 minutes outside New York City in New Jersey, but there was no wildlife. There was squirrels, there was deer, but there was no wildlife. So like when you come and you got gators, you got everything, all types of little insects, lizards, big things, everything. You just have to be more conscious that if you see a wild animal, there's no one else taking care of it. Like there's not a zookeeper coming to come lock it up. It's you and them. And that's why maybe it's a gun liberal state. In some parts, but even like in some parts too, like if you go into preserves and you go for a long walk, you'll hear gunshots and you'll see like things. And because, a lot of people, whether it's hunting or whether whichever, it's a different culture. It's a country, tropical zone environment, and it takes time to adapt. But I've adapted. I come alive in the tropical land, but I don't want to see no more. Well, I like alligators, but I don't want to. I like to spend most of my time by the ocean. Swan Auto, what's up, brother? He wants to go to Vermont. I was out skiing, and the view was so beautiful. But the internal sadness from my breakup here we go. This is the good and the bad. So he was in a great place. He was in a good place. He was watching the mountains and everything like that. But then the bad, he was thinking about a breakup. Here we go. Just took over and I had no idea what to do. I was so negative despite the positive. Well, brother, that's a great comment. And that's what we're talking about tonight. So same thing with me today. Like there was a moment I was on the beach. There was palm trees plentiful, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean was coming up against my knee. There was dogs playing in the background. There was hot girls if you wanted to see them. And I said, this was so much good. But my mind, it was like I couldn't even see the ocean because I'm focusing on some bad things. And so this is a reality that you always have to deal with in life. Now, again, sometimes the bad is self-inflicted. Sometimes we do things to make our life bad. So we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to say to ourselves, look, am I having this bad thought because of something that I'm doing, that I'm causing in my life? Or is it something someone else is causing? Or is it just part of life? There's no rhyme or reason. It's just part of life. There's all those things. A flat tire, nothing you can do about that. Sometimes you get in a car accident and you say, is there something I could have did better? Again, part of it you got to let go. You know, when it comes to relationships and stuff, that's what I've learned, that even when you're in a relationship, it's that constant tug and war. Every relationship is a constant tug and war, even good ones, for power. And just for, like, look, if you're in a good place, they're in a bad place. If they're in a bad place, you're in a good place. It's very hard to keep two people in a good place staying on the same course. Very hard. I remember working with a guy and his wife called him on the lunch break. And he was in a very good mood. He was overall a happy guy. Big guy, but he was a good guy. He was eating his Chinese food. He was very happy, and I wasn't mad at him. So he was just doing his thing, eating his food. I was eating my food, and we were talking about life. We were laughing a little bit. And his wife called him up, and like he wasn't saying anything. He was just going like this. He was listening, and he still had a smile on his face. And he was a very kind-hearted man, not a very good man. And, well, at least what you see at work. You never know what goes on in the house. But he was like, honey, I love you, and I understand you're upset. I understand, he said, I understand you're having a bad day. So he goes, I listen to you, and I want to let you know I hear you and I love you. He goes, but what I have to tell you now is like, look, I hear you, but I gotta let you go. Because it sounds like no matter what I say, even though I'm listening a lot, is that I'm not going to make you have a good day. You're really in a bad place. And he goes, and I love you, but I got to stay. I can't have a bad day too. I mean, because then what's the value? If you have a bad day, I have a bad day. I said, so I can't let you ruin my day. I love you, but it was the way he said it. I'm not doing justice. But he was trying to make a conscious effort not to let all those bad words that she was saying, all the bad things, they were married together, so I'm sure some of those things affected them both equally. But he was determined to try to focus on the good. Is that easy? No, it takes a lot of effort. You know, I think Norma asked a question, why does the mind or the brain focus on the bad and not the good? And what just came to me is maybe because it's easier. Maybe the mind goes to the path of least resistance. Like the mind usually goes to the low-hanging fruit. So if we were back in the day where we were all living off the land, when the mind sees the fruit hanging low, even if there's a better piece of fruit higher, we tend to grab for the lower one because it's easy, quick, and our mind says it's less work. Our mind says it's less work to grab the low-hanging fruit. So your mind is always looking for the path of least resistance. It's electricity. It's the neurons are setting off electrical current. So electricity is looking for the quickest path basically to ground. So the quickest path to ground is negativity. No resistance there. Like even I think about that sometimes, like when I'm in Publix or the supermarket and I go to pick up bananas. Sometimes the best bananas are on top of like the shelf. And I want to go grab the low-hanging bananas because they're easier to grab. But sometimes they're green and they're not right. And I say, shit, I got to reach a little higher for the good fruit. There's good fruit and there's bad fruit. The bad fruit's on the bottom, low-hanging fruit. The good fruit's on the top. The mind wants to go to the easy, quick fix, even though it's not good for you. Oh, damn it. That just came to me right now. It's very magical. Oh. Let me take a hydration break, guys. I just broke life down. Good job. Corey, I read a book called Positive Solitude many years ago. Great book. I never heard of that. I'll have to check it out. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for the comments on the video too, Corey. I saw them today. Thank you. Tony, Gators good eating. Ha, no, I ain't eating that. Had Gator nuggets in New Orleans? Well, yeah, New Orleans eating a lot of stuff. Most of my 90% of my diet's plant-based. 10% of the time I have fish. Would I eat gator? Not anymore. Back in the day, if you'd fry it, I'd probably eat it, but not anymore. Corey, by the way, great to hear tonight, Corey. Well, brother, good to have you again. Thank you for the comments, brother. I see them and I appreciate them. Jacob, hey, Sammy, when are you going to start selling shirts? Probably not anytime soon, with quotes on them. Probably not anytime soon, but thank you for the encouragement. I still want one that says, I forgot the one. I was going to make a couple different ones. I'd pay for one that has my favorite quote. What was it? Oh, yeah, capitalism sucks, but at least there's free porn. That was it. Yeah, I want that one for myself. I'd pay $50 for that one, brother. Stand in line because I want a triple X one too, man. Did I show you guys? Well, my cat MILF's hoodie is getting old, so eventually I'm gonna have to replace it. So I'll see. We'll see. Norma, good perspective, Sam. Thank you. Thank you again, Norma. Tony, I'm really good, Sam. My car's fixed. Okay, good. My girlfriend's okay. Thank God. His girlfriend got in a car accident last week. Oh, thank God she's all right. See? Okay, I'm getting a tattoo soon. I'm fantastic. What are you gonna get, brother? Saxaholics? Jacob, what kind of tattoos? Tony, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Saxaholics you should get. Tony, Jacob, I'm getting a Deep Space Nine tattoo. Yes, Trekkie. I'm not mad at you, brother. Star Trek taught us a lot, man. What did it teach us? It taught us, one, that there's nothing wrong with having sex with a green girl. Number two is that may the Force be with you. May the Force be with. Was that Star Trek? That was, I don't know if that's Star Trek or one of those ones, but didn't Dr. Spock say that or something like that? May the Force be with you. And to me, that was like peace be with you. I've often shared that I got a lot from my spiritual journey in church. Some of it was religious dogma, but I'm able to separate the bad and keep the good. There's a scripture that says, never mock a prophecy, take the good, but leave the bad. So in my days in the church, I've taken the good. I got a lot of good, some bad, but mostly good. So I have to acknowledge that. And one of the good things, I went to a non-denominational church, which was great. And I went to a Catholic church, which I learned a lot of good things. I learned good from both. I learned bad from both. But from the Catholic church, the one part that my favorite part of Mass was peace be with you. I know Free to Be Me often says it too. And the different Muslim friends I knew, they used to say the same thing, like Allah's blessing be with you or something like that. But, you know, peace be with you, may the Force be with you. To me, it just makes me feel good. So sometimes when you're totally lost in religion and dogma and life's traditions, what feels good to your soul? There's a guiding compass there. And, you know, that's what makes me think. So when I think of Star Trek and all that, to me, I was never like a Trekkie, but what I got from, there was a spiritual aspect of Star Trek. That's why people love it. Like even today, generations ago, there was a deep spiritual connection to Star Trek. And I think it comes from like that, may the Force be with you, and like that type of like feeling, you know what I'm saying? Jacob, not bad, Tony. Norma, thank you again. I appreciate that very much, Norma. Continue to feel better and love to you. Do I appreciate that? I do. Thank you. Tony, yeah, it's going to be a half sleeve. I might get, you're going to get a whole sleeve tattoo? I might get the Enterprise tattoo. Jacob, you have any tattoos? I like tattoos. Gilbert, Sammy, what's up? What's up, everybody? Evening. Everyone, hope tonight finds everyone healthy and happy. Well, that's good. Look, if you had a bad day or bad moments in today, are you healthy and happy? Are you healthy, number one? And, you know, is happiness a state of mind? Look, happiness is somewhat of a state of mind. We talked about that last night. Is paradise real? I mean, paradise is somewhat of a state of mind, but also somewhat of reality. It's a combination of both. It is. Jacob, why have a relationship? People doing wheelies on bikes. Jacob, why have a relationship when sex toys exist? Well, problem solved. No more, no drama. Just kidding. No, well, I'm pretty serious about that. But look, some people want a relationship, so I can respect that. There's some people where they like the intimacy, and there's some people they're social. They like people around them. So everyone's different. I want you guys to do whatever you want. Tony, Norma, how you doing? Tony, Gilbert, how's life, brother? Jacob, I don't have any tattoos yet, Tony. When I start getting paired more at my job, I will. I'll paid more probably. Okay, Tony. Jacob, just research the artist. You don't want a bad one. I've had one now. I just go to a reputable shop. The reputable tattoo artist is usually going to take a long time. He's not going to be there. He's probably going to be maybe even strung out on drugs. I hate to say that, but that's my experience, and he's not always at the tattoo shop. Now, tattooing's more commercial than it was back in the day, but it's just like going to the barber shop. The good artist is always busy. The good barber is always busy. The bad barber always says, oh, my chair's open. And then, that's how, before you know it, you got a back tat, and you say, oh, shit, it's not the best. Teresa, guy running, 2 smoke emojis, and alligator. That was me. Thank you. Jacob, I definitely do that, Tony. Tara, I've seen a ton of gators. She's from Kentucky. When I was down in Gainesville, Florida, man, they were always hidden really good. They blended in with moss and swamps. I agree with that. Boy, they can run. Oh, they came after me. One came after me slightly. All you see is eyeballs. It's pretty nasty. In strange place, yeah, it's pretty nasty. That's true. Russell, I'm amazed by all the wild-looking birds you see in Florida. Yeah. Well, whether it's the pelicans or I don't even know what they call them, like the white ones with the long beak. A lot of them have the long beaks that they go deep into the ground and try to get like insects and worms. But I see them. They're magical. I mean, sometimes I'm walking around in the McDonald's parking lot. There's just all these white, like, not pelicans, but these white magical flamingos or whatever they are. And they're just sitting on the roofs of cars. I mean, does it make life better? It makes, that's pretty good. Norma's laughing at Tara. Gilbert, life is good at Tony. What you say? Norma, good Tony. How about you? Tony, I'm great. Went fishing before band practice. Caught 5 trout and they're cooking now. Damn, it must have been pretty warm up there. Tony, Norma, I'm great. Can't complain. Gilbert, give me some. Tara, 3.5 hours. I'll be out of here. Headed home to Cadigo. A fat steak. See you tomorrow. Heart emoji to you. Take care, guys. Take care, Tara. Safe travels to you. Good job taking care of your life. Self-care. Tara likes to cook. She got a couple of videos on her channel about cooking. Tony, bro, if you were here, I'd give you one. One of all of them. 4-pounders. More than we can eat. Swan. Thank you, Sam. So love, brother. Honestly, I've been thinking about your advice. I've always been someone who needs a girlfriend. I'm not mad at you. All the time. But I'm going to try to be single for a while. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, look. I think there is a season of your life you should separate yourself and be by yourself. But I certainly think there are people in life that they do better in a relationship than not in a relationship. So for me, it's just I do better outside of a relationship than in one. But I do think there's a season of your life where you should spend time by yourself so you don't lose yourself. That's true. Russell. The brain is evolved to protect us from danger. So the mind focuses on the bad to protect us. Okay. But it overdoes it, and we have to bring it back to the positive. Well, that's interesting. All right, I can dig that. Gilbert. Enjoy for me. That's a good eats. Tony. Sam. Where's the It's a Disaster hoodie? That's all. Yeah, I would definitely want one of them. I don't think I'll do It's a Disaster hoodie. I'll probably do It's a Disaster Scully cap. For everyone out there up north, I still wear Scully caps at night when I sleep. So yeah, I mean, maybe one day I'll get up on my apparel game. I'll have Luke sell it on his eBay store. We'll see. Norma, he's probably thinking about the comment that Cox made. Yeah, Cox had an interesting one. Jacob, it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars that has the Force. Okay. Well, I know it was definitely now when I watched Star Trek, it was on Channel 11. In NY 11 in New Jersey, Channel 11, and it was the one on TV, and the guy, I don't know what was his name, but I know he used to have sex with green girls from other planets. That's all I remember. Tony, that's pretty magical. Tony, I will, bro. I'm saving some. I'm going to make like fish salad. And no, Sam is live long and live long and prosper. Okay. By the way, that's Vulcan salute. That's not, it's a Jewish prayer symbol. You know what? I learned about that years later. Yeah, that I can't even do it. Like where he goes like this, I can't close these fingers. Yeah, I didn't know that. That was interesting. They actually have that emoji. Somebody look in your emojis. They have the whatever they call it, the live long and prosper thing. Look in your emoji thing, Teresa. Star Wars, but hey, it works as close enough. Shit. Thank you. That's true. John, start that, guys. Smoke said, live long and prosper. You guys are correcting me. Good job. Good job. Free me. The true force is God in you. Well, I agree with that. Yeah. That's why I think it's spiritual. Like the whole Star Trek-y thing. Norma, totally unrelated to anything. But I read an article in Newsweek that talked about sex robots and how easy they are to hack. Well, we don't want that. And could be used to kill you. Oh my God, that's bad. Well, that's the good and the bad. The good news is you don't have to ever be aggravated again. You could just turn your robot off. The bad is you may have sex, and if their oil isn't changed properly, they could get a cyber virus and cut off your thing. So is it worth it to have a robot wife? Not yet. It may eventually be, but not yet. We can't co-sign that. Norma? Made me think about you saying you'd marry a robot. Well, maybe. If you didn't have to change your oil. Yeah, well, see, because if you don't change your oil, then a malfunction can happen. Now you get me all scared about the robots. See, I got to stay single. I love you, Norma. Tony? Sam, you're right about tattoo artists. My old one got arrested for meth. It's a disaster. Well, yeah, I mean, and I don't want to say a disaster because I don't want to say that who is on drugs is like, I'm better than them. Because what I've learned in life, whether you struggle with food or something else, everyone struggles with something. Now, I may have to separate myself from people who struggle with drugs because I don't around the environment, but I don't look down on them. But what I've learned, definitely in my era, when you went to the tattoo parlor, the best artist was usually strung out in drugs and he wasn't always there. But their mind is very creative. And one of the guys who did my thing, he on this arm, he was one of the best artists I ever saw. I mean, so his mind was very creative, but sometimes when you have a very creative genius mind, there's a lot of demons there too. And so even though he has a lot of good up here, he has some bad. And even though that percentage bad is small, it takes his whole mind there. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's just a tragedy of life. And I have compassion. I don't look at it as judgment, especially as I get older. As you get older, I mean, I have more compassion. So it's just an interesting observation, man. Good and bad in the mind, man. Tony? Sam, you're right. Oh, yeah, right there. Jacob, dinner is calling me. I'm not mad at you laughing. I'll be on later, brother. Thank good to have you, man. If not tomorrow. Love and respect, brother. Jacob, hydration break to you. Thank you for joining, man. Love to you. Liv, at Norma's, she's laughing. Robots for Sam all day. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, but Norma's got me scared now. Because if I know that, that someone can hack into a robot and, that robot could kill me, would I still date that robot? I'll take my chances with a robot over a real girl, but I'll probably still say single. That's true. Liv, got to get back to work. Love to you. Night, Sam, and all. Peace emoji and heart emoji back to you, Liv. Love to you. Have a great night. You're appreciated. Peace to your mind. Live and let live. Peace to your mind. I pray that you focus on more good than bad. And I pray that when you have a bad thought, even though I know it's very painful, that you're able to find, or you're able to direct the mind to allow the good that's in your life. Because you have a lot of good. And that's my prayer for you and everyone. Tony, Sam, I think you should run for office. You'd make a great congressman. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, people have said that maybe one day, but I'm not there. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are interested and engaged in that. And I think if I did it, I'd have to be in that mindset where I really enjoy to do it. And right now, I can't say that I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about policy sometimes, but not about the whole spectrum. And I would do a disservice. As I get older, I want to focus on more things that I'm passionate about and I enjoy. But there may come a day. I mean, I look back at Trump's old YouTube videos. Even when it was the 80s and the 90s, he was very much into politics. He used to go to the Republican convention. He was very into it. He was passionate. Whether you disagree with him or not, he was passionate about it. And he still is. He's 70 years. And I disagree with him on different things. But so now as I get older in life, maybe I would be more interested in that. But right now, I'm not really not interested in it. Um, I mean, I get interested when I see that policy could help or hurt people. But I don't think there's such a vital need that I get in it at this point, and that I have the passion to. And I think you got to be very cautious not to do something just for a title, or money or something like that. I mean, you got to have money. Titles are nice, but for me, right now, I just want to try to enjoy my life. I mean, I want to try to focus on the good. Thank you though, Tony, for the compliment. Captain Kirk, he's a player. Yeah, he was banging out them girls. Russell, there it is. That's to live long and prosper. AI Gaming, man. Candace in the house. AI, man. Good to see you, brother. How's everything going, man? Tony, I don't have the Vulcan salute. How do you get it? I know I got it. I'm not sure, brother, but Russell's got it, Tony. Everybody has weight to bear. That's true. Tony, 100 emoji to you, brother. I mean, as I get older in life, I look back at sometimes I was a little bit more younger and arrogant. I was never really like an arrogant prick, but there are moments in your life where you can say I was too much of a prick there. But look, as you get older, you get beat up by life more. You realize that look, everyone's dealing with life as best they can for the most part. There's some people that are jerks, but Tony. But God won't give you more than you can handle. Yeah, that's a good scripture. I think about that sometimes. Sometimes I think about that. And then sometimes I say to myself, well, Sam, can I even say that? Because am I doing it to myself? So sometimes when you're the cause of your own bad issues, you have to say to yourself, is God giving me this or is this me giving it to myself? And that's a hard thing to answer. Norma, thank you so much, Sam. Sam, dream good dreams. Good night, everyone. Norma, thank you. Continue to get better. Love to you. Appreciation to you. Heart and prayer emoji. You're acknowledged. You're appreciated. Again, continue to get better. And thank you, Norma. Thank you and thank you. Appreciate it. BBT, South Carolina's in the house. Hey, BBT, how are you, brother? How's your family, man? BBT was dealing with some family issues and health problems. I still think about that, brother. How is everyone? You don't have to share if you don't want to. But BVT's a longtime viewer. Teresa said, sex with green girls. Maybe Avatar. Yeah, it's crazy. They have free porn about that, but I don't watch that. I don't watch porn like animals or like wild stuff. All right, let me not get sidetracked. But BVT, how are you, brother? How's your family? I know you were dealing with some family health issues before. Tony, Sam, can I ask you a question? Can you gain a mass on a plant-based diet? Can you gain mass on a plant-based diet? I'm just eating fish, no beef, no pork, looking to gain a little strength. I sweat a lot on stage, need to stop eating. Love to you, brother. Yes, you can, because you can still overeat on calories, and you can eat protein bars that are plant-based. You could eat tofu, avocados, your calorie intake and the good sources of fat, such as avocado and the different things you can get from a protein bar, from potatoes, baked potatoes with no butter. But you could put a little bit of butter on there if you wanted to. I mean, technically, that's still plant-based. So you can do things to supplement the proteins and the different things you get in meats. Just about every food has protein. Protein is a big builder of mass. Just about every food has protein. So, and you can definitely supplement the protein you may not be getting from certain things with protein bars, but you don't really need that all the time. So there is a way to do it. And look, as I get older, the less I'm trying to sex anyone out. I'm not trying to have sex with a green person on planet Plutotus. What I'm trying to do is just be healthy. Because as you get older in life, you realize that everyone's beauty fades. Like, I'm not even going to say it. Everyone's beauty fades. And so your main concern as you get older, like I Love to Drive is realizing, like BVT realizes, that you just want to be healthy and you don't want to be in pain. That's good. So, when you're younger, like I was, like everyone was, I mean, you want to sex everyone out. You want to prove to every ex person that dumped you or that you're better than them, that, they missed out on the best thing that ever happened to them. But once you get to a certain age, you don't care about any of that. At least I don't. I just want to be healthy. I want to be able to walk the beach without pain. I want to be able to feel comfortable when I sit down. I want to be able to wipe my butt. You know, I got so obese it was hard to wipe my butt. It was hard to tie my shoe. That's why I said, Sam, it's getting out of control. So, you know, and I thought about that today. I said, man, you know, even when I have a bad day, I said, Sam, you know, you lost a lot of weight. Be thankful. That's a good thing. And even though everything's not perfect, that's good. And your health is good. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Russell Cox used to say, Mork used to say, Nano, I remember that. Yeah, I didn't know that was a TV show. I remember that. I wonder what that meant. I don't know. Wasn't that Robin Williams? I remember that TV show. And I don't know what that meant, man. That was a brother too, man. Troubled mentally, man. Excellent actor. I often say, like, whether it's the tattoo artist or the actor, both have a creative mind. And both can struggle with the good and the bad thoughts. Some of it's, you know, DNA or whatever. Some of it's within our control. Not easy. Tony, fast food. Shout out to, I mean, I've been looking at those DoorDash things, man, because the guy on YouTube I watched him doing it, and I started looking at DoorDash tutorials on YouTube. If I ever had to, man, that's a good hustle, a good side hustle to make extra income where you don't, you know, you're just working off an app. Now, you probably only make $10 an hour, but that's still, it's interesting. AI Gaming. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Good topic. AI, man. Thank you, brother, for coming in, man. You don't say much, but I see you, man. I mean, that's good, man. Look, I'm very thankful, man. I remember, right now, I look at my laptop. There's 39 people watching. I can also see it on my phone. 17 likes. I appreciate everyone who clicks the thumbs up button. But I remember sometimes when I would do live feeds in the beginning and there'd be like 10 people in there, maybe 5 people. So that's about double in a year. And I'm thankful for that. That's good. When you do see something grow and you want to do it, that's good. You have to be appreciative to what you have. And even like AI Gaming, he comes in and I'm thankful that he at least says hi. I appreciate everyone who at least says hi. But he just plays the background, man. But I appreciate you at least saying hi, man. So thank you, AI, man. You're noticed, man. Joe, peace emoji. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. BVT. All good now, Sam. Praise the Lord. Thanks for asking. I think about you, man. Everyone is well, thankfully. Praise the Lord, brother. I'm glad to hear that, BVT. Keep pushing forward, man. Home of, what is it? The Palmetto State, South Carolina. Now, we love South Carolina. You know, I love Florida more, but I love you. Tony, is Gogamai good for you? I eat a lot of it. I don't know what that is. Guacamole? Oh, guacamole? Isn't guacamole, I think guacamole is like avocado mashed with other stuff. I don't know exactly. But I don't think it's bad necessarily. I don't know what they put in it, though. Doris Perkins, what's up? Hey, Sam. My eyes are crossing. Okay. Laughing good. Getting ready to clock out. Praise the Lord. You made it through another day. Have a good night. Thank you. And be safe. Your eyes are nice and clear. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Doris, if I'm saying that right. Love and respect to you. And you made it through another day. You get a DoorDash, payment emoji. Good to see you, man. Thank you. Chad, John Venus on YouTube. Who's that? He's a plant-based bodybuilder. Okay. Yeah, I see some of them on Instagram, man. Some of them are real big. Now, they probably taking extra supplements and stuff, too. But like I said, to me, as you get older, you just want to be healthy. You don't really care about mass, at least me. BBT. Sam, have you ever seen Randy Vinning on YouTube? No, I haven't. You may like him. He's a poet and a great storyteller. Okay. With some good advice to all. Well, BBT, hydration break. I'll have to make a mental note. Tony, what a vegan bodybuilder. I'm going to look into it. But I love cheese. Too much. You and our brother Traveling Van. You guys love cheese. I'm not mad at you. John, that was Mork and Minnie. Oh, okay. Yeah, Robin Williams. Okay, you correct me. Thank you, John. Good to see you, brother. John, thank you for also, man, always coming in with thumbs up, man. I appreciate you, brother. Teresa, at Russell Cox. It's goodbye in Orkin. I know Ormond Beach. I don't know Orkin. Chad, I found out about John Venus. Because I thought going vegan would be more nomad-friendly diet than storing and cooking meat. So I looked it up and found him. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing, brother. Yeah, it's a good, I remember a friend of mine recommended Forks Over Knives. It was a movie on YouTube. Not YouTube, on Netflix at that time when I still had Netflix. And it was about a plant-based diet, and it helped change my life. So I'm very thankful I watched it. Again, I think overall plant-based diet will steer you in the right direction, even if you have some meats in it. Plant-based is wisdom. That's why, vegan, vegetarian, all those are good. But what I like to say is plant-based. Because for me, plant-based means 90% of the time the food I'm eating is plant-based. It's not meat, dairy, etc. And I think that will be the core of a foundational good diet food intake. The food you feed your body plays more of a part than your exercise regimen, especially as you get older. So make a mental note. Russell Cox, Teresa, thanks. You know more committee. Teresa, hi, not really. I know my Google. I'm not mad at that. Swan, I've gained muscle and lost body. Oh, Swan's big into the vegan thing. He did a video recently about somebody quitting the vegan lifestyle or something like that. He goes, I lost body fat, eating vegan. Humans are designed to have a macro of mainly carbs. Like you said, there is protein and everything. Swan Auto, check out his channel, man. He talks about that stuff. Good. Thank you for the comment, brother. Tony. Sam, I want to look like a Greek god when I'm done, my brother. I'm not mad at you. Am I mad at you, brother? Not at all. I want you to look as good as you want to look. Tony, just ripped. I'm not mad at you. John, oh yes, I slipping today. Thumbs up, brother. Thank you, John. I appreciate you, man. How you doing, John? How's your life, man? How's everything going, man? You pushing forward? AI. Had some heavy stuff to deal with, bro. I can understand, brother. Thank you for sharing that. I don't say much when that happens. I can understand that, brother. I'm very similar. Have more to say when the days become sunny again. AI, he's from Canada. Love to you, brother. I understand that, and I appreciate you just sharing that, man. I pray you get more good things in your life. M-Toff. What's up, M-Toff? Most of my biggest mammals are plant diet. Gorilla, manatee, elephant, and we're 99% genetically related. So, all right, we'll keep reading. Tony, AI gaming. It's always sunny in your mind praying for you. Yeah, sometimes not sunny in my mind, but you're right. You got to try to keep your mind sunny. AI. I wish that was the case. I understand. I'm not going to lie to you, Tony. Yeah, I know. Tony's a positive brother, though. Tony, thank you for the positivity. AI, I'm with you. I understand. BBT. Sam, I know a woman who left her husband and moved in with her girlfriend after becoming a vegan. Gave up all the meat. Ding! Good job. BBT's a comedian. I'm not mad at that. Good job, BBT. That was a good one. John, yes. Pushing forward, still going and debugging. Praise the Lord. Keep doing your gift, man. Good job. Gilbert, Tony, most musicians get tricked by the glam and the glitter, and they no longer do for the love. That's true. For the music, and depression sets in. Well, that's a good point, Gilbert. M-Toff. I'm saying we're 99.9% related to gorillas, so if they get off plant-based, we can too. Well, hey, I hear that. Look, I fully enjoy myself with a plant-based diet. 10% of the time I'll eat fish or something like that. But yeah, I'm in agreement. So I'm living proof. But guys, girls, and any green girls watching me from planet Otophius, what I could tell you is, no, I don't want to marry you. And now I'm even hesitant to marry a robot because Norma told me that they can get a virus and then kill you. Tony, you're right. They let the fame go to their heads. It's a disaster. And what I could tell you is I'm very thankful. And I pray that if you have bad thoughts, I don't want to minimize them, but I just pray that somehow you're able to focus on some good things. I pray that during the course of the day, you're able to do more good things. Because sometimes when you're focusing on the bad things, it paralyzes you and you don't do good things. I was consciously making an effort to walk on the beach tonight because that's a good thing. And I wanted to fight the negativity. The mind goes to the path of least resistance, which is negativity, which is bad. You want to try to focus the mind on the good. And we just try to do the best we can in life. So I'm with you guys. I appreciate you. Norma, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you for everyone who clicks the thumbs up and shares the video. Thank you for everyone who left a comment. Thank you, even if you didn't leave a comment, if you're struggling. I appreciate everyone who watches the channel. Thank you, and peace be with you. Gilbert, life is simpler than make it we chase money instead of happiness. That's true, Gilbert. Good comment. Jones, hey, Jones. Thanks for the good vibes, Sam. Good night. Gilbert and Jones, thank you